Hey everybody, Bill Knutson here, New York Sports with an Attitude. Well, let's go over the previous two Mets games. That would be Friday night's game in San Francisco and yesterday's late afternoon game in San Francisco. Wheeler pitched Friday night, and he's been looking very sharp his last 7, 8 starts, something like that, and he looked sharp again. We're going through the game. It's Mets are not hitting, haven't been hitting the last few days, and it's scoreless after 6 innings. So Wheeler's looking sharp. Unfortunately, Giants pitcher's looking sharp too. In the 7th inning, Giants scratch out a run against Wheeler. So we're down 1-0 after 7. Wheeler's out, and when he leaves, like I said, he's down 1-0 on the losing end, and then it all fell apart for the bullpen. The bullpen gave up 6 runs in the 8th inning. We never scored a run, only had 3 hits. The offense evidently was sightseeing in San Francisco or something because they didn't show up at AT&T Park. And Wheeler's a hard luck loser, only giving up 1 run. But like I said, bullpen got killed in the 8th inning, gave up 6 runs. We end up losing 7-0. And Wheeler failed to get his 10th win, even though he pitched really well. So we lose the first game in San Francisco Friday night. Wheeler falls to 9-7. But again, the last month or so, maybe even closer to maybe 2 months by now, he's been pitching really, really well. So I guess I'm glad we didn't trade him. So we get to yesterday's game. Steven Matz is on the mound. He's been pitching better lately, but not getting any run support. So he was, I believe, 5-11. His record was going into yesterday. And it's no score through 3 innings. In the 4th inning, Longoria hits a home run off Matz. And last time Matz faced the Giants in New York, Longoria touched him up for a home run as well. So Longoria, I guess, has his number. So we're down 1-0, but we came up in the 5th inning right after that. And Nimmo walked, like he does a lot. Gotta love that. And Nido got an RBI double bringing Nimmo home. Not expecting anything from Nido, and we usually don't get much out of him in the small sample size we've had of him being with the big club. But he doubled home Nimmo to tie the game. And it stayed that way right through the 9th inning into extra innings. 10th inning, nobody scored. In the 11th inning, Flores led off with a double. Beautiful thing. Then got him over to third on a ground out. I believe it was Jay Bruce. Grounded out, but pulled the ball correctly into the shift to at least get Flores over to third base with 1 out, which is exactly what he did. So that was a productive out. And then Frazier hit a sac fly. And you have to have a pretty good sac fly to get Flores home, because Flores runs like his legs are filled with cement. But the fly ball went to Hunter Pence in left field, and Pence doesn't have much of a throwing arm, so Flores scored. And the bullpen did really well. Matz did really well. Matz pitched 7 innings, only gave up a run, struck out a career-high 11, only gave up 3 hits. So he was excellent. Unfortunately, when he left, we didn't have much offense. It was 1-1 when he left, so he got a hard luck no decision, but, could have been a loss. So I guess that's the half full with the glass half full look, if you want to look at it that way. So then Gesellman came in, going for the save, and got the first 2 guys out. And the next guy hits a blooper into right field, and Nimmo came charging in full speed, as he always does, with the headlong dive, makes the catch to end the game that could have ended up at least a single to put the tying run on first. And if it took a bounce a certain way off of him or by him, could have been in scoring position. But Nimmo, as he always does, giving everything he's got, and saved that situation by making that beautiful diving catch. So we get the win yesterday, tied the series at 1. This afternoon, 4 o'clock, we've got Thor trying to give us a series win, which I certainly hope we get. So right now the Mets are 60 wins, 75 losses. With 27 games to go, the only way they can end up 500 is to go 21-6 the rest of the way. And That's certainly not going to happen. But, you know, we only won 70 last year. Maybe we'll get lucky and win 73, 75 games. But I was looking over, you know, each month, April, May, you know, March, if you want to include that. We played 2 games in March. And if it weren't for that horrifying June, where we went 5 wins and 21 losses, we'd be over 500 right now. All the rest of the months put together, we're 1 game over 500. But June, we were 16 games under 500, with the horrific 5-21. But if it weren't for June, which of course it counts, if it weren't for June, we'd be 1 game over 500 right now. And we really wouldn't be in playoff contention. We'd still be 7 or 8 games out of a wild card or behind the Braves. But right now we're 15 games behind the Braves. And like I said, if it weren't for June, we'd be about 7 games behind the Braves with a tiny chance of being in it. Not much, but 1 game over 500, 7 games out is a lot better than 15 games under 500 and 15 games out. But, you know, it is what it is. Hopefully we'll do some things over the winter, you know, and shore up what we need to shore up. The pitching seems to be solid with DeGrom, Thor. Not sure about Matz. I mean, he lowered his ERA to 4.20, which is not good, and he's only 5-11. Granted, not a lot of offensive support. You know, Wheeler's 9-7. His ERA is about 3.6, I think, which is about average. But from where it was the first half of the season, he's been really good. So I'm not sure so much about Matz, but obviously you gotta love DeGrom. Thor's a bit off this year. Look at the record, he's 9-3. That's very good. But 3.51 ERA. He's just hittable this year for some reason. Hopefully he figured something out, and later on today he'll dominate the Giants, I hope. But obviously you want Thor in that second spot. And I like Wheeler in the third spot. After that, it's up in the air. I know that, you know, we got a couple of guys in back. I'm not sure I trust Matz, you know, at all. You know, he's just so inconsistent. But we'll see. But 2019's a new year. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully we'll do the right thing and, you know, get the right pieces to fix a bunch of things that we need fixing. All right, so that's it on the Mets front. 4 o'clock today. Thor's going for us. Hopefully we'll get the series win in San Francisco and then move on for 3 very tough games in LA. Today's a great day. Got the fantasy draft, 1 o'clock this afternoon. I'm looking forward to that. Got my Giants shirt on. Got a couple of Giants that I'm looking at. Hopefully maybe get 1 or 2 of the Giants. You know, obviously looking at other things too, but I don't make homer picks, so I wouldn't pick a Giant if it wasn't worth picking the Giant. So we'll see how that goes, you know. Wife's from Louisiana, so I became an LSU fan. LSU opens their season tonight down in Arlington, Texas, against a very good Miami Hurricane team. But, you know, fantasy draft at 1, that leads right into the Mets and Giants at 4, which leads right into the LSU-Miami game at 7:30. Got a few friends coming over for the little draft party and all the baseball and football the rest of the day. So it's going to be a great day. All right, so that's all I've got. Subscribe, please, if you haven't. You know, have a great, great Sunday of baseball and football and whatever you're doing. Have a great day. Watch the Mets at 4 o'clock if you can. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.